Cam Bray joins me now from NZB Standardbreds, or basically you're from NZB. Firstly, Cam, welcome.
Thank you, mate. No, pleasure to be here.
We caught up a little while ago, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, promoting what we were going to do, try and promote this sale on an Australian front and the likes. And I think it's been received pretty well so far. I think a lot of people are taking notice of it. It's great. Next week, for anyone that is watching this through, I will be actually catching up with Brecon Farms, Southern Bred, Southern Red, and also another cross with Woodlands next week. So I think it's good for Campbell's comments. Don't worry about that. But it's great that yourselves and the sellers, the vendors over there, are actually embracing social media in a different way.
Yeah, well, we're in a new modern era of selling horses, and the world is a small place when you can get on the internet and talk to you like we are today. We can't physically be there. Of course, we'd love to be over there and catching up with all the great clientele we've got there, but hey, this is the next best thing.
Absolutely, and it's very different times. We've had another, I don't know if we've had a COVID outbreak, but we've had another case today, so it's always changing as well. So it's made, trying to suppose promote it and get the word out there as best we can. It's been trying and difficult, I suppose, but it's also opened up new doors. It's definitely opened up new doors for me, I know that. So it's a very, very different world. Mate, this sale commences, it says here the 13th, but you were just saying to me just there before we started that the 13th is basically parade day on the Saturday?
So on how we do things at Auckland, the 13th we'll do a parade day. Starts at 12 noon over here in New Zealand time. So we parade every horse on the property, lot by lot. And then we come back the following day, and then we'll start our hybrid auction, you'd call it, I suppose. It's the physical sale plus the online bidding, obviously, at 1 o'clock on the Sunday.
Yep. And then it goes there. Then you move to Christchurch, and it finishes on the 17th. Yeah,
we do it differently down there, Paul. We basically 15th is their trotting session we have for the South Island trotters, so we'll parade them in the morning and then sell them at 1 o'clock New Zealand time, and then the same goes then for the 16th will be the first day of paces. We'll parade the 130 odd lots we'll sell, and then we'll parade them and then we'll sell them 1 o'clock, and then the same again on the Wednesday. All right, so.
Are the parades shown live, or are the?
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they'll be fed through our Facebook live feeds, and over here in New Zealand, you can get them on the Sky channel, preview channel over here. So, they're accessible through all our links.
Absolutely. Well, that's sensational. That's something for people to get on. Most people watch this through Facebook, so they can get on the Facebook page and see them. And obviously, they can watch them in record. They don't have to watch them live as well. They can watch them a little bit later
exactly.
on. Yeah. How's the confidence leading into it? I mean, you guys have just come off, I think, a very successful thoroughbred sale there at Karaka. Last week, was it? Yeah, it was last week.
Last week.
I should have had him up. You even had a bloke bidding with an ice cream. So, I mean, confidence was that level, that high at the end of it. But how are you guys embracing this sale, and how is it looking for you so far?
It's looking really good. To just touch on the thoroughbred sale, we were in a real uncharted territory, because we've come off the back of a ready-to-run sale of 2-year-olds, which is a completely different environment. The big feedback we had with the ready-to-runs was that a lot of Australians had seen those horses, whether it be at yearlings or weanling sales. So when we were selling them as 2-year-olds, they sort of had an idea. The difference is going into a yearling sale, they haven't seen those horses before, so they're relying on that, vendor media, videos, photos, inspections by New Zealand agents. So we're sort of in that same model here. We're very optimistic of the sale, but again, we're in that position now. We don't really know until it starts how much international interest we're going to get. We know that our people, are looking at our horses. We've got a great breed, but again, we're in that situation now where we're just waiting to get see the money come in, so to speak.
Yeah, and wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then I suppose you'll be nervous the first one. The first one's actually a cracking lot, so it'll give you a fair guide as to where you're going to go as well. But it can also be daunting, I suppose, in one sense. Traditionally, New Zealand and the New Zealand sales, like you have, a lot of people get across there for a weekend, a week, depending on what it is. I know Kath McIntosh from Northern Rivers here, who's a sponsor with Gamble's Comments. She tells me I've got to be across there. Mark Hughes, who I do work before as well. Everyone tells me, got to go across. Dennis Bice, they all love it. You get around, you have some tours, and you get around. How is that?
Yep.
How has that happened this year, and how has it been received as far as for the vendors as well?
Yeah, no, we've just completed sort of probably say 2/3 of those tours. We've done the North Island tour and just this week finished the Canterbury tours. They're basically open to potential purchasers. It was mainly designed at getting New Zealand trainers on these tours, so you get your heavy hitters to come along, have a look at these horses. We've experienced our biggest uptake on those tours from New Zealand trainers we've had to date for various reasons. And we head to South on Monday and Tuesday of next week. And again, like the bus is full. They've got a 50-odd seater bus and cheese chocker. So, number of reasons. They'll be looking for Australian counterparts, certain trainers. We've also got guys here in New Zealand that probably their stable clients haven't been able to take that overseas holiday, maybe. They just have a little bit more cash in the pocket. They're looking to buy another one or maybe just get up a level, which requires just that little bit more work. So I'd say from a company perspective, the tours have been a raving success to date.
Just watching the video here, it's just about to finish the last part of the on-farm inspection. As you said, they were for the North Island. As I said, I'm doing stuff for the guys with Southern Bred. I think they said they've got 2 full buses this year. Like they said, how it just it keeps growing all the time and keeps getting bigger. It's part of what you guys do when you sell the horses over there. It's a not just rock up to the sales and buy a horse. It's an adventure basically, isn't it?
Well, it is, and I think a lot of guys, the competition is quite strong over here on the good horses, well, on all horses to be fair. And I think a lot of trainers will tell you that it's just too hard to get the job done for your clients to turn up at the sale, have a look, and then buy them. You know, there's a lot of groundwork's got to go in nowadays to sort of get the right ones, so to speak. And same for the younger guys that are looking to get a horse going to sell to Australia or wherever. You know, just need that wee bit of homework. You don't want to turn up, buy a horse, go back and look at it in the box and go, Jesus, look at the leaks on this. Yep. You know, we're finding a lot more work going into the purchase of horses now.
How does someone in Australia, who can someone in Australia, if they want a horse looked at, especially like you're going down the South Island, and we've got a couple of cracking lots we're going to highlight in a minute down that side. How can an Australian investor, I suppose is the best way to put it, either trainer or an owner, get in touch with someone that they can get to look at the horses and get some feedback back from, and know that they're not probably asking someone that might be going to bid against them?
Yeah, no, that will. Hey, look, my phone is on 24 hours a day. Not to say that I'm going to answer at midnight, but get in touch. I can inspect horses on behalf of people. We've got members of our wider team here and our thoroughbred team as well that do a lot of inspections for us. We can put you in touch with vets, trainers, if that's what they need. You know, we are more than happy to assist anyone in any of those needs, and that could be from looking at the horse to if they do eventually buy that horse, you know, any insurance and air freight, anything like that. We're the one-stop shop, you know. So
you'll look after all that. So basically, I don't have your phone number ready to go up, but I do have a phone number ready here, which is I'll put it down here as the helpline, but it's basically you can either go to nzb.co.nz instead of going to the Standardbred part of that for the website to find it out, or there is a phone number there which is 649 298 0055, which is actually to help to register, but I would imagine that would also
they'll be able to help. Or alternatively you get in touch with me +6421 737 199.
Very good. I'll actually put that on the. I'll tag that onto the post if anyone's looking to catch up with you as you go. I've got a video, Cam, that we will play at the end of it because it's quite long and it's got talking in it, so we'll let the talking actually that does it properly. We don't want to get people confused, and I will play that at the end. So anyone that's listening now, hang on to the end of it. Once I hang up on Cam, we'll actually just let the video roll on at the end of the movie. But effectively, is it hard for overseas, and when I say overseas, I mean Australian, but also if we get a few Americans watching some of these footage as well, to register? Is it very hard for them to register?
No, very simple. You know, you'll see on the video later on. It's a pretty just a prompting form. If you're an existing client of NZB, it's even easier. All you'll need is your NZB account number. But again, you just need to fill in some information there. It gets approved by the staff here if you're new, wanting to open a new account. We'll approve that within 24 hours normally. So yeah, like it's very easy. And again, if you need any help, you can go to those support emails or phone numbers again. Happy to help.
How late can someone register? If you wanted to buy a horse on the 14th, can you register on the 14th to buy that horse, or is that just madness to try and do that?
No, we'll sort of try and get people to do it. At least 24 hours prior to sale. It does, as you can imagine, once we actually get into the selling environment, the whole complexities of the office do change a little bit. So look, to make sure that you were set and ready to rumble, so to speak, I would get in nice and early. We in fact we launched. I think I was telling you before. We launched the online bidding platform this morning at 11 o'clock New Zealand time, and I think within the first 20 minutes we had 20 registrations. So people are sitting back, waiting, ready to go.
Yep, which is good, and you can imagine having this conversation 12 months ago before COVID outbreak and all the rest. People would have laughed at you to said you got 20 people that far out.
Yeah.
But now people they know what they got to do and they got it ready. There's a sale here on the weekend. People are already registered for that as well because they know if borders close they're going to miss out, and you don't want to miss out. That's the key part, isn't it?
No, exactly. You don't want to miss out. And like from just from a perspective of Australian clientele wondering how does it work, what does it do, how easy is it? It's literally sit in your computer and just click. It's all real time. I'm one of the auctioneers. It just pops up in front of us. Red light flashes in front of us. We accept it. For example, the thoroughbred sales there. At one stage, I had 6 different online bidders on one horse. So they just all flash up in different colours. You can find the footage on the website. But I think for about 4.5 minutes, here's me looking at a little laptop screen on the rostrum. Sensational. The guys at our staff, we actually built this from scratch. They really do need to be commended on the job they've done because it's fantastic. Such an easy system to use as both a buyer and as an auctioneer trying to keep up with things. Sometimes, we're not the brightest fellas, that's why we're auctioneers, and for it to be so simple and so effective and so easy, it's, you've really got to give them a clap.
Did it take a little bit of getting your head around? Like, something... Because I know last year...
It does.
Sorry.
Yeah, it does a wee bit because it's the trying to define that bids online or the bids at Karaka. And I can guarantee you when we go to Christchurch, I'll say I'll have the bid online and I'll have the bid at Karaka. We're not at Karaka, we're at Christchurch. But, they're the sort of things you just need to build into the from an auctioneer's point of view, it's great because it gives you a little more time. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, you don't have time. So It does actually get you to slow down, think about things, and So we will sell slower. That's something to bear in mind. We'll historically usually work on 30 lots an hour. I'd say we'd be 25, 26 maximum an hour now. I'd suggest.
Just waiting for those bids to come in and coming in and all the rest. I was in, I'm sure it was APG. It was definitely at Oakland Junction last year, and I think there was one person that was coming up red, and I know everyone was talking about it. It was like, wow, look at this. It's something different. It was something that people weren't expecting, sort of thing, and the likes, and it was a bit of a novelty. Whereas this year, definitely at the NZB sale, it's going to be something pretty much the norm you're expecting. Yeah,
it is, yeah. And don't get me wrong, there's still Australian guys, if you want to bid on the phone, we're more than happy to assist with that too. Some people, and I can understand that. Some people either don't want to be a part of it, or think that they have reservations about using it. We're more than welcome to set guys up with staff that can bid on your behalf over the phone.
Yep, which is old school, but it's what people want to do. Yeah. So I think the key message you're saying is be prepared, get organised. Work out probably what you want to do, as well. That's probably one of the things. It's easy to say, get your daughter to set you up for online bidding, but you just might not like it. Like, so as you say, pick up a phone and make a phone call and just go backwards and forwards that way is maybe the way to do it.
Yeah, easy, and at the end of the day, we're more than happy to help either way. We're here to sell horses, so, it's all good.
Absolutely. Got 4 cracking lots here to sell, mate. You got a great sale. There's a great catalogue, and these 4 are just four lovely ones that we've been able to pick out early on. The reason I want to just show these, I'll show the video of these, but I want people to be able to go to your website, NZB Standardbred. Make sure you go, so all the W's too, don't forget those. I might have forgot them on one of my tiles at one stage, but NZBStanrdbred.co.nz and click on the relevant sale that they're in. But also you can go to the studs and the vendors' own websites as well. Most of those, I know Woodlands and Brecon Farm definitely have theirs on their websites and all the rest. And you can go and see them, but not only with the file footage of the videos, is the comprehensive footage of legs and everything else and how structurally correct these horses are.
Yeah, no, and that stems back from that the Gabble House sale we ran during COVID here in New Zealand for the Yearlings. And look, we engaged Dr. Andrew Grierson, at Woodland Stud there, and we basically said to him, if you were to buy a horse, what are some protocols you would expect to see, or you would want to see as a veterinarian? So in conjunction with him, we brought together these protocols that a number of the preparers and consigners have adhered to, which gives you a little bit more peace of mind looking at these photos that the legs are on the right way around, and you can clearly see confirmation. Yeah,
and the way they walk. Everyone's done it a little bit differently. There's actually 2 lots. The last 2 lots that I'll highlight, you can see some people have gone a little bit more in depth into their video footage, but effectively you can actually see what you want to see. I think it's sort of the second last and the last one, 3:15 and 3:22, which we'll be showing in a minute. But 3:15, they showed a lot more of the horse walking from behind and in front with the video footage. You can still see it on 3:22. You're just going to have to watch it 2 or 3 times over to get that same feel. So they all embraced it, though, by the looks, and they really enjoyed it.
Well, we put the brief to the guys that, our Australian clientele can't be here, so we have to provide them the best parade footage that we can muster. They can't be here, so we've got to take it to them. And again, that was our brief. We had perfected over these last few sales, especially with the thoroughbreds and the same, just to get all that peace of mind that you can see the horse moving in real time, or so I think some vendors have elected to slow it down and show it in slow motion. Just walking on towards you, but seeing cocks and how they move behind, and then again side on to see stifles and knees and everything. I reckon they've done a fantastic job.
Oh, they have, and I'm just showing that the vendor example video that you sent across as we've been talking, and you get the range. All 4 of these ones are going to be highlighted in a sec. You and I will talk about them, but people will get an understanding of what I was saying, just the difference and the time that people have gone to. But none of it's wrong. That's the one thing about it. None of it is actually wrong. You can see everything. It's just a little bit more of the time and going into that way. The quality of the horses. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, mate. I was just going to mention that. To think, 12 months ago, it wasn't uncommon. The only footage or the only photos you would get would be a head and a side on. So, again, our vendors do need to be congratulated on the work that they've actually put in to get this stuff. Because what it's like. It's trying to get horse photos is a tedious enough sort of job. To do that with an additional, 7 or 8 photos on top of what they would normally do, plus a video, good on them. Done a fantastic job.
And I think also, like dealing with the boys from Southern Red, even probably Andrew Grierson, embracing social media, understanding what it can do to sell and get out to a different audience. You can't really measure it. They might get 1 or 2 comments that they watch this video or they watch another video, but I think they all realise it has to be done to try and capture that one person that might be really interested in this horse, especially in this day and age now.
Oh, correct. And it's you've got to use the mentality of trying to leave no stone unturned, rather than this is what we've done in the past. It's worked. Especially this year, we're in a very, very different environment. We just have to do everything we can to get everyone we can. Some of it will work, some of it won't. But again, we've tried it, and it's out there.
It's a bit like Campbell's comments, mate. I do a lot of things. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But quality of the horses made in the sale, and you'd have to be absolutely stoked with some of the quality. Quickly, we'll talk about just these 4 lots. I just like, because they are some of the standouts in your sale, but lot 11, an American Ideal, got to look after my sponsors. That's always good. But, a full brother to my hard copy, or hard copy as you Kiwis know him as.
Yeah. So, lot 11 is that colt, being by American Ideal out of Read All About It. So it is the full brother to hard copy, but you can see on the pedigree page, if you've got the catalogue there, the cross really has worked. The dam, she's had 5 for 5, so 5 foals to race, 5 winners, and funnily enough, all of them by American Ideal. So there's a fair chance you're odds on to get another nice racehorse here.
And all black type.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly, correct.
Yeah.
They've all got their black type, exactly.
Yeah, so...
and goes back to another nice horse in WA there and run one over. So, it's 2 dams on the page. That's aces as far as I'm concerned.
Probably one of the things about your sale. You're going to get the West Australians as well. The time frame for people sitting down to be watching these sales is going to be totally different. But this was one that will definitely attract a lot of West Australians, that's for sure.
Yeah, we've always had a great WA contingent come over to New Zealand, and that was why we pushed the sale start times back to 1 o'clock, so that they weren't having to, get, so to speak, in the way of working the horses, or having to set an alarm clock for an owner over there to wake up and buy a horse.
What is the time? What is the time difference?
It's 5 hours for New Zealand to WA, so hence why we're starting at 1 for it must be an 8 o'clock time over there.
Yeah. Whereas if you were starting at 9 o'clock, they'd be getting up at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. So now they can have their bacon and eggs or cornies or whatever they're going to have and buy a horse.
And they won't get in trouble from the wife in bed, that's for sure. What did you just do? I spent $100,000. You can imagine that'd go down well.
Exactly, mate. Yeah.
Punch in the nose. Twist like this, lot number 39. This horse is going to be extremely, extremely relevant, potentially here in Victoria after Saturday night. Being a half, well, it's not even a half, it's a 3/4, isn't it? Now to King of Swing by a Rock and Roll Dance.
Yeah, no, so out of a Group 1 winning mare here in New Zealand, the mare won the 3-year-old final for the Phillies Size Stakes. She set a New Zealand record. She did. She went to Australia. She won 2 in Victoria. Did place at Group 1 in the 3-year-old final over there, the Breeders' Crown. And obviously, she's had 4 foals to race, 3 winners, and an absolute superstar. You'd say, King of Swing. He's a Group 1 place getter here in New Zealand. He's gone over, and he's been a multiple Group 1 winner over your side of the creek, and still doing a super job.
And hopefully for connections, if the Inter-Dominion comes back, he's in Sydney, he's probably going to be one of the live chances in a race like that. He is.
And just to note also that you look through that family, the second dam, Give It a Whirl. So she's also left like feels like magic. It's very Australian family. This one that Group 2, Group 3s over there in Sydney, and Mac Dan, won the Sapling Stakes in New South Wales at Group 2 as well. So. Again, it's a very relevant family to the Australian interest,
I seem to be corrected. I thought MacDan may have won the South Australian Derby. He may not have, by the looks, but
did 2020 South Australian Derby Group 3.
Yeah, good. I thought that might have been looking at the wrong spot. So yeah, he's a lovely horse trained by Emma Stewart and Clayton Thompson. So it is just winners all the way through, and that's what I mean. So you got a 3/4 brother to. Yeah. One of the most high-profile horses in Australia offering up, which then you go to this bloke here in lot number 315, Spoiled by Riches, I can tell you that. This is a full brother, another West Australian one here, a full brother to Chicago Bull, Perfect Stride. And what a ripping little colt he is, isn't he? He's a cracker in Chicago Bear I talk about too.
Yeah, no, and to be fair, we inspected him last, and we'll see him again next week. But look, we inspected him in December, and he is he's quality all over. He is. He's probably a little bit bigger than his full brother, to be fair. and just probably a little bit more physical than the full brother in Chicago Bull. But what a pedigree page! It's going to get to the stage we're going to have to start trimming up. We're going to have to start taking some weird group races off Chicago Bull just to get enough other horses on the page.
I don't think he's finished either. Unfortunately, he's not here for the Hunter Cup, but I don't think he's finished either. So that's the best part about a horse.
Well, how tough is the horse though? To come back from what he did, over here in New Zealand, and to come back and perform at group level again, just shows you how tough that breed is.
Absolutely, and some of the footage, that was the one I was alluding to, the footage there, they did a bit closer up and a bit slower down. I think people could learn from that selling next year. I think, for mine, I was like, wow, that's impressive. You get a really good close-up shot of it. Definitely not knocking anyone else's, but I think that's nearly your benchmark to seeing how they actually do work.
Yeah, on a nice hard metal surface too, you know what I mean? I think that from memory it was on the on the dressage ring or whatever it was, just you can see everything. You can't hide there.
No, that's right, and I think that's a little bit key for going forward. But got to learn, and that's all you can do. And the last of the four is a little filly. Shouldn't say little filly because she looks a good size as it is, in Uptown Girl. She's an art major, daughter of Crusham, who is the mother of Spankum, let alone the rest of them.
Yeah.
You say about picking on Chicago Bull. There's only one dam in this family on this pedigree page as well, mate. It's a brilliant family, isn't it?
Oh, it's a great family, and the dam's six foals to race, 6 winners, and has left, again, what have we got, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them on the page, all in black type. So, you know what I mean? Like, the dam knows how to leave a good horse, including Spankum, who, again, Group 1 performer in both sides of the ditch.
Absolutely, and I don't think he's finished either. Like, you could have...
No.
It's a pity, isn't it? If it wasn't you could have actually all 4 of those could be lining up in a Hunter Cup. Really, when you think about it, if everything worked properly, but unfortunately it hasn't this year. But that's okay. That happens. So some real quality lots. They're not the only 4 though. I mean, there is some ripping lots all the way through. And as I said, next week on Campbell's Comments, I've got Brecon Farms on the Monday afternoon. We'll have the boys from Southernbred, Southern Red on the Wednesday, and then back to Woodlands. Woodlands is going to be really cool. We're hopefully going to cross live to the Yearling sales and bring a bit of footage back. So we'll actually be doing a live feed, so people can get in touch with Mark Hughes and hopefully catch up with the horses at the sales complex. So it'll be something good for the Aussies to tune in and just see what it actually is like a little bit as well.
Yeah, no, it's surprising actually. Just learnings, going forward from the thoroughbred sales that I was involved in here in New Zealand, with obviously under the same COVID restrictions as this sale. We had a number of on-site video virtual parades that a lot of the studs did for Australian clientele. They'd seen the videos, and the videos might have been done a month ago. They wanted to see sale footage. If you get in touch, we've got the ability to be able to do that for you guys. Anyone out there that wants a sale day video, we're more than happy to get that across to you as well. Just contact me in the main instance there.
Yep, and I think that's key, just to be revolutionary and just keep trying to open up the doors a little bit to show them what is available.
The power of technology we've got now is quite unbelievable, really. And in some respects, I do think it's going to open up to bigger markets for us. When someone who necessarily can't afford or can't afford the time to go to New Zealand, in some respects, they can do it from home now. They can join the party and not leave the house.
Yep, and a lot of young Australian buyers can actually now say, well, I'm on an even playing field with the others. And probably not even young. Like, I mean, Emma and Clayton, they don't normally go to New Zealand. As far as I know, they never go to the New Zealand sales. They might be sitting here now saying, hang on, we can be a party of this too. Who knows? I mean, that'd be scary. They start buying some of your Kiwi lots. I know that. So, but anyway.
Yeah, but really, when you think about it, it's a busy time for the likes of those guys. They're busy stables and amongst a busy carnival. This does lend itself very nicely towards that. If they can get in touch with myself or anyone else here in New Zealand, that goes for anyone. We're more than happy to do anything to help anyone out.
Very good. Cam, I'm going to have to be rude generally we have a little bit of a chat once we finish and all the rest, mate. I'm actually going to have to hang up on us when we do finish because I'll play the video and I don't want us to be talking over the top of it. I'll let the video play out. Obviously, this will be on Facebook then when people see it. But please, anyone wants to get in touch with Cam or any of the guys there, the easiest one is that number that I've got up there, or Cam's going to run his number off again.
Yeah, +64 21 737 199.
Very good. So Cam's got that there. If you want to, I'll tag that into the post when I put it up as well. But I'll play this registration video, mate. People can watch that. I'll put this video up a couple of times during the week as well, so people know how to register and get involved. There's no reason they can't be. But if you have any troubles at all, go to nzb.co.nz, or you could go to the Standardbred section as well. They'll be able to put you back to the help part as well, so there'll be no hassles there at all. Cam, I've enjoyed it. Who knows? We might end up speaking next week, especially if there's something going on and the likes anyway. But if I don't, mate, good luck with the sale, and I'll chat to you afterwards, the other side of it.
Yeah, good job, mate. But I'll be floating around, no doubt. I'll poke my nose into your parade at Woodlands, hopefully on the Friday.
All right, well, I reckon about 12 o'clock Australian time, but I haven't confirmed that with Mark yet. But we'll definitely post when we're going to do it. Cam Bray, thank you very much, mate. Good luck with the sale.
Thanks very much. Good on you.
Welcome to New Zealand Bloodstock's online bidding platform tutorial. Registrations for our online bidding module are now open. Visit standardbred.bidonline.nzb.co.nz and ensure you're registered and verified for online bidding 24 hours prior to the sale. Follow the steps in this tutorial on how to register, sign in and bid, or view NZB's online bidding guide under the Sale Info tab. How to register and sign in. To create an online bidding account, visit standardbred.bidonline.nzb.co.nz. Click the Create an Account button and then enter your personal details. If you already have an account with NZB, you will be asked to enter your account number. If you are a new customer to NZB, we will need to collect some more information from you. Continue to fill out the necessary fields to complete your registration, and remember that you must accept NZB's online bidding platform terms and conditions in order to complete your registration. Once NZB has approved your buyer registration, you will be notified via email, which will be sent to the email address you used to sign up with. Please note that NZB approval will only be conducted during New Zealand business hours and may take up to 12 hours to complete. How to bid. Once you have been approved by NZB, you can explore NZB's online bidding menu using the 3 tabs located at the top of the page. Open the Live tab located on the top left section of the menu. To bid on the current lot, click the gold Place Bid button. If you are the leading bidder, a green winning tag will appear. If you have been outbid by somebody else, then you will be notified by an orange outbid tag. If you win the auction, a winner message will appear on the right side of your screen. If you are unsuccessful, you will see a sold message in the same place. Completing your acknowledgement of purchase form. Congratulations! Once you have made a winning bid, you will be prompted to click the red banner located at the top of the page. To complete the acknowledgement of purchase form, click the button and fill out the necessary fields. Please remember that you must complete an acknowledgement of purchase form in order to secure your lot. To check NZB's sale results, click on the middle tab at the top of the menu. Should you require any assistance, contact support@nzb.co.nz. New Zealand Bloodstock, where winning begins.